Welcome back, adventurers, to Let's Play the Shivah. When last we left off, we'd finally found some information on Ethan Goldberg, Jack Lauder's personal accountant. Unfortunately, he's been murdered at Patio Hares, so that is where we will go, to see if anyone there knows anything about what happened to Ethan, and whether or not they know who killed him. And why. The threads are tying together, and here on Murray Hill, Patio Hares. This is a very lively place with some graffiti. It wasn't the kind of graffiti with artistic merit. It was just some sleazy graffiti in the grimy alley. Anyway, let's head to the bar entrance, just down these stairs. Well, the atmosphere is a little cheerier than the one outside. Let's talk to the bartender, see what he knows. The bartender glared with me with vague disinterest. Let's ask about Ethan Goldberg.
I'm looking for information on Ethan Goldberg. He was killed outside of this bar.
The bartender shrugged.
Do you know anything about it?
He gave me a glare that told me everything I needed to know about asking more questions. Let's ask about Jack Lauder.
Do you know a Mr. Jack Lauder?
The bartender rolled his eyes and began eyeing the other customers. What other customers? There's only one other person here. Besides us, that is. It seems he wasn't a very talkative fellow. Let's ask about Joe.
I'm looking for information on Joe DeMarco.
He narrowed his eyes and glared daggers at me. I wasn't going to get any information out of him. But was there a flicker of recognition in his eyes? Quite possibly. Nah, let's leave him alone. What else can we explore in this place? We've got a shelf. A large selection of wine and spirits lay on the shelves. Some photos up here. Some old faded photographs were tacked to the wall. There's a jukebox.
Don't forget about it.
And that woman over there is apparently talking to someone who's not there, apparently. The jukebox sported a large sign that read, "Out of order." I take it it's broken. There's a poster on the wall there, advertising the latest rock craze that adorned the wall. Is there anything else? Anything else of interest? Let's see if we can have a drink. No, we didn't come here to drink. Let's see what this woman here seems to be talking to empty space. The woman seemed to be having an animated conversation with someone who wasn't there. Welcome to New York. Let's see if we can talk to her.
Excuse me. Hello?
She ignored me. She seemed to be staring into space at something that wasn't there. In another place, another time, I may have stopped to help her. But people like her are a dime a dozen in this city.
Great. Now even rabbis think I'm crazy.
I would definitely say, maybe you're crazy. Not definitely. Anyway, that's all we can. We're not going to get anything out of there for the time being. Let's head back to Subway and go talk to Rajshri and see what she knows about Ethan Goldberg, now that we know who he is. Greetings again.
Mrs. Lauder.
Oh, it's you. Come on in.
Let's consult our notes on Ethan Goldberg.
Do you know an Ethan Goldberg?
Oh, Ethan Goldberg. Yeah, I know him.
Who is he?
An accountant. We used him to handle taxes and complicated documents for the business. Not full-time, just on a consultant basis. Wait, is he involved in this?
Not anymore. He's dead.
What? Since when?
About a week or two ago. Murdered.
My God! What is happening?
That's what I'm trying to figure out.
So, first Ethan Goldberg, then Jack Lauder. The plot certainly thickens. We're going to take our leave now.
I'm going to leave now. I'll see what else I can discover.
Thanks, I guess.
Because there's one other person that we need to talk to. Someone else who we need to jog the memory of. And he is currently residing in Beth Tikva. So let's go talk to our friendly neighborhood Rabbi Amos Zelig once again and see if we can learn anything more.
Yes?
Let's talk about Ethan Goldberg, shall we?
I was hoping you could tell me something about Ethan Goldberg. I know he used to work here.
Ethan? Oh, what a tragedy. That man did wonders for this community. It's a shame what happened to him.
You know about his death?
Of course, I conducted the funeral service myself.
I recently found out that Ethan Goldberg and Jack Lauder did business together.
Really? I'm not surprised. Ethan offered these services to many people. He was a whiz with an adding machine. So I heard.
Let's see about their meeting with Joe DeMarco now.
Do you know anything about Ethan?
You know,
No, he says the same thing. But we do have a lead. Because there are certain common discrepancies here.
Doesn't any of this strike you as odd?
Should it?
Two Jewish men, both in business together and both belonging to the same synagogue, are killed within 2 weeks of each other. A third man, who may or may not be Jewish, is nowhere to be found. There are only two connections between these three men. One is Jack's business, the other is this synagogue.
Rabbi Stone, I hope you're not suggesting anything.
I'm not.
Let me finish. People all over the world use religious communities to network and conduct business. This is nothing new. You know this, Rabbi Stone. If there is a connection, it has to do with their business dealings and nothing to do with Beth Tikva. I won't stand for our reputation being tarnished. Do I make myself clear?
As crystal.
I'm glad we understand each other. Now, if you'll excuse me, it is rather late.
I understand. I'll see myself out.
Wait, let me give you my card.
Achievement unlocked. Mooch. Get on someone's nerves, thrown out by Rabbi Zelig. At least he was generous
Feel
enough
free
to give us his
email me
card.
if you have any more questions.
Farewell for the last time from Beth Tikva. And we can no longer return to Beth Tikva. Which means we shall return to Benai Ben Zion. Because in our inventory we have Rabbi Zelig's card, which is far more grander than Rabbi Stone's, but still. Rabbi Amos Zelig, Beth Tikva, 321 West 82nd Street, rabbis at ravnet.com. So, which means we can try and get into his Ravnet account and see what he's been up to, see what business dealings Rabbi Zelig has been dealing. Let's log out and input rabbis, Rabbi Z, Rabbi Zelig. Password clue is pet. Well, I don't seem to recall the Yiddish word for pet in here, so we'll have to try another tact. I think I may have screwed up. Password is incorrect. Let's log in as our usual and enter and see if we can search anything on Rabbi Zelig. See if there's any useful tidbits of information that we can learn. Nope, no for Rabbi Zelig. Let's try Amos. Amos Zelig. Contact information, Tikva, and bio. Amos Zelig moved to New York in 1963 with his wife Carol and his dog Dodger. Since then he has been one of the most prolific rabbis in the city. His wife and dog are gone now, but Beth Tikva remains one of the strongest centers in the Jewish community. We now have Rabbi Zelig's password, such as it is, because his pet is his dog Dodger. Now let's see what Rabbi Zelig has in his emails. Hello Rabbi Zelig. So you finally joined the 21st century. It's about time. Haha, Mazel Tov, etc. Just wanted to congratulate you on another hero-raising sermon today. Everyone was glued to their seats. See you next Friday. Jeff Kotog. Dear Rabbi Zelig, my name is Jared from the Jewish Weekly. I have heard of your recent philanthropic activities and was wondering if you'd consent to an interview. Feel free to contact me anytime. Jared. For your network protection needs, contact Tomo. Rabbi Zelig, just got home. Thanks for giving me a tour of your temple. It's interesting to see how things are done in the big city. Your sermon was, as always, awe-inspiring. You were right. Times have changed since Bible times, but people sure haven't. Thanks again, Amos Zelig. Be sure to look me up in the next time you're in our neck of the woods. David Small. Ethan Goldberg. I'm a bit concerned with this investor you set Jack up with. What can you tell me about him? Yo Rabbi, thanks for the Kiss tickets. Happy we could be of service. Tim Walters. Rabbi Zelig, I appreciate that you took the time to help us out. We were cash poor and in serious need of help, but I can't help but be concerned. Are you sure this investor is on the up and up? He has money, certainly, but the man gives me the serious creeps. We need the money, so I'll accept his money for now, but I was hoping you could tell me more about him. Thanks, Jack. So an email from Jack Lauder. And an undisclosed email from Roy. Amos, if that Goldberg character has been making waves, you know what to do. Well, that sounds ominous indeed. And something from J. DeMarco. Even more ominous. Got your message. Ethan's been giving me trouble, so that's not a problem. I'll get in touch when I chat with him. Joe. At Patio Here's, no doubt. Rabbi, I just wanted to write and tell you how excellent your service was. My friend dragged me on Friday even though I don't usually do the temple thing. I've already signed up. You've got a new member. I'll be going to your temple from now on. I'm already looking forward to next Friday. See you then. Jennifer Sandman. Thank you, Rabbi Zelig, for the lovely service you performed for my husband Ethan. Your kind words and wonderful anecdotes put everyone at ease, especially me. As you know, Ethan worked very hard for the Jewish community, and to the lesser extent, Beth Tikva, and I'm sure he is very happy to know that his work was appreciated. Thank you again, Rabbi Zelig. I will see you bright and early Friday. Alison Goldberg. Rabbi, the police are asking me about Ethan. I told them who we was meeting, but they say it's not important. Not important? How can this not be important? Rabbi, why aren't you doing something? I'm sure he has something to do with this. What have you gotten us mixed in? Jack. Rabbi Zelig, thank you for answering my questions. The article will appear next week. Rosangela Blackwell at thevillageye.com. Who knows, maybe we might encounter her in the future. Calm down. Ethan is dead. I fear for my life. Your so-called investor is demanding more interest and is threatening me and my wife. You tell me to calm down? How could you do this? How could you get us involved with a creep like that? Don't tell me you're not involved. When I think of you looking all holy and pious during Ethan's funeral service, I want to throw up. I can't even tell my wife. I'm so ashamed of myself. To think I was blinded by greed that I couldn't see beneath the surface. I was better off with Stone. He was pig-headed and arrogant, but at least he knew where you stood. Watch your back, Rabbi. I'm going to get to the bottom of this. Don't think this is over. You call yourself a Jew? Jack. Even more ominous indeed. You're certainly keeping me busy. I got your message. I'll let you know when it's done. Rabbi Zelig. I'm not Jewish myself, but Jack was very devout and I felt I owed it to him to give him a proper Jewish funeral. Thank you so much for your help and for answering all my questions. I'm sure Jack would have appreciated the effort and the care you put into the service. I'm going to try and prepare a proper Shiva. You're welcome to come by to pay your respects. Thanks again, Raj Reloader. So Amos Zelig's true colours have been brought to light. When we return, adventurers, we shall decide where we're going to go from here. Until next we meet.